Hello and welcome to CTN News Spotlight. I'm Steve Erickson. Today we're talking about property values. By now you should have received your 2016 property tax statement in the mail. Joining us to talk more about that statement is City Assessor Ned Storla. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Let's first off start out by talking about how are values trending in Coon Rapids.
This year, industrial went up 2%, single-family residential 3%, commercial went up 5%, and the star of the show was apartments that went up 12%. All of these are just averages, but that's how they trended this year.
All right, so we're seeing a big demand in the rental market, it appears.
Yes, the apartments both in the city of Coon Rapids and the metro as a whole shows rents going up and vacancies going down and sale prices going up.
All right, so it appears a lot more folks looking to rent these days. Let's talk about market value. We hear that term often. What exactly does that mean?
For us, it's what would the property actually sell for on January 2nd of any year? What was the average selling price of a property like the one that we gave the value on? So if you had a house, we looked at all the sales in 2015, like your houses in your neighborhoods, and then we narrowed it down, made a formula that worked for all the properties that sold, and then applied that same formula back on all the properties, whether they sold or did not sell.
All right, so then that market value is used to sort of determine the tax base and who pays what and why, correct?
Right. It's what share of the pie each person has to pay of the total budgets for the city, county, city, and miscellaneous jurisdictions.
All right. So then how are individual market values determined?
Well, we look at the sale prices within each neighborhood. And our neighborhoods are very, we say, homogeneous. As if you drove through them, you would see that the housing stock within each neighborhood is very much alike. Where on the other hand, if you cross the line, drove into the next neighborhood, those would look quite different. We look at all the sales in each neighborhood each year independently and come up with the best formulas.
All right. So now the city staff, your staff, actually go around to the different neighborhoods each year, correct?
Right. The city has to comply with the state law. The state law is no matter where you live in the state of Minnesota, the city assessor has to at least look at your property once every 5 years. So in the summer of 2015, we looked at the neighborhoods on the eastern part of the city, whereas this summer, we're looking at the neighborhoods on the northern part of the city.
Okay. So what if I don't like my value? What are my options?
If you don't like your value, then we always suggest first call the assessing department. You don't have to, but most of the time things can be resolved if you do. And if you want, the appraisers will go out with an open mind and look at the house new, fresh. You can bring up what points you want, and then we'll come back and look at the sales again, new and fresh. If we come to a slightly different valuation, that's what we're required to do. But if we come up with the same valuation, then we thought our formula worked pretty good. If you don't, if you try that and you still don't have resolution, we have an open forum where it's like an open house the week before the board of review. But the board of review is where you go if you want an independent party to look at your property value independently so that they come up with the value independent of the assessing department, and that's the responsibility of the Board of Review.
All right, and those two dates are coming up. That property value information session is coming up on Wednesday, April 20th at 7 o'clock in the council chambers. The Board of Review is about a week later on Tuesday, April 26th. That's also at 7 p.m. So if you're not happy with what the assessing staff says about your value, you can go to the local Board of Appeal to contest that value.
Correct.
All right. Well, if you need any more information, you certainly go to the city's website, coonrapidsmn.gov, and learn more about the assessing department and get in contact with them.
Right. And I just wanted to thank everybody for their cooperation. The residents of Coon Rapids have been fantastic, and we look forward to another summer with them.
All right. Well, we appreciate you here today talking about that. Thanks for watching. That's going to do it for CTN News Spotlight. We'll see you back here again next time.